All right, folks, welcome back to Notre Dame Prep, where we've got an exciting matchup for you between the Rochester Adams Highlanders and the Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish. It was a hot game, very close, very combative game from the start, back and forth, both teams exchanging blows. Towards the end of the first half, Adams started to pull away a little bit, trailing 3 after 3 after 3. They now lead it by 12. Ben Liparotto's half-court shot was unfortunately not off in time, even though it was really cool. But that leaves us where we are now. Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish trail by 12 at the start of the second half. Statistics-wise, Irish well on their way above. If they keep up this pace, they're well above their average points per game. They're averaging 48.5 points per game. High-scoring win before break, beating Anchor Bay 65-40. They're 2-3 on the season. Rochester Adams 5-4. And when you look at, there's one common game in between both these teams, and that was Grosse Pointe South. The Irish opened up their season against Grosse Pointe South and, putting things nicely, got blown out. Lost by about 30, and Adams only lost to them by 1. That's one of the more recent games. So on paper, you'd think that the Irish would be getting blown out, but they're holding on to their own. As Tursky weaves in, puts up the lay, comes down hard. Rolling around is Katula. Coming up limpy is Tursky, as that one is taken back by Tursky, guarded by Shirley, the man he collided with. Into the corner for Wilson. Wilson steps in, puts up the floater. No good. Rebound taken by Stowe. Battling, dumps that one off to Shirley. Shirley over to Liparotto. Stands just inside half court. Guarded by Wilson, now dumps it off to the near wing. Back up top now for Stowe. Liparotto on the near wing. Works on Wozniak. Long 3 from Roa. Bricks out. Rebound grabbed by Wilson. Now into the near corner. Near wing now for Wozniak. He just drains it. Whoa! Liparotto bringing it in, pressed by Montour. He's been pressing him hard all night. Sending a pick as in comes Liparotto. Sends up the floater that bricks out. Roa with the rebound, working his way in. Foul. That is the first foul of the quarter. Free throws here for Roa. Irish trail by 15 here. First free throw from Roa. It's up, rolls around and in. If you're going for free throw percentage, that one's gonna scare you. Hit the front of the rim, hit the back of the rim, hit the front and then in. That second free throw falls in as well. The Irish have been shooting 45% on their free throws, so doing a pretty good job here today as Flynn handles that one up top. Hands it off to Wilson, who now works into the paint, sends it over. Wozniak puts up another 3, bricks out, rebound kicked out. Tursky taken by Flynn under the hoop. Dishes it in. Up to 13 points on the day is Cannon Flynn, a pretty cool name. Another great one on the Adams team. Oh no. Another good one on the Adams team. Not sure if that entire first part was being heard. As Stowe puts up a long 3, no good. Rebound loose, handled by Wozniak. Fast break coming. Tursky lays that one in. Timeout call. Excitement coming from the Adams camp. There's a 30-second timeout
by the Irish for 2 points so far in this.
Whereas Adams really exploded, so been a game of runs, but Adams has gotten off to quite a few very solid ones. So it's going to be an uphill battle here for the Irish. They already put themselves down a decent margin. Early. Are going to need to have a decent performance in the later end of the third quarter and fourth quarter. So just going to need to put together a very good rest of the second half if they want to stay in this game, as they're now trailing by 14. As that's passed over to Roa, pass up to Katula, in it back off Roa, cutting in. And a charge. Corey subbing in for Roa. Flynn going to throw in here for the Highlanders. They lead this one 44-27 with 5.5 minutes left in the third. That's over to Tursky. Tursky backs off Katula. Into the corner. Montour has it. Works up across the top. Spins up with the underroll. Just no good. As he almost stepped in front of that pass over to Liparoto. And now hands that over to Katula on the far arc. Katula now in the corner. Puts it up for Liparoto up top. Over to Shirley on the near arc. Works his way into the paint. Liparoto puts up the two. Rolls out. Foul on the Irish. That is on Lucas Katula. So after getting out to a hot start in the third, we've been scoreless for a couple minutes. Irish still trail this one 27-44. As Ballman, the freshman, checks in. And over to Flynn on the near arc. Works his way into the paint. Rejected by Stowe. Possession's going to retain with the Highlanders. Flynn controls it, puts it up top, nearly picked off by Liparoto. Wilson sends it to the corner. Three-pointer coming. Off the rim, rebound taken by Katula. Three-pointer no good from McCowiak. Our apologies, that's Wozniak. As Shirley up top, dishes it over to Stowe on the far arc. Guarded by Flynn. Sends it, no look pass over to Shirley. Shirley with a three and he nails it. Shirley drains the three. He's now up to 10 points. Cutting in the lead. Trailing by 14 now is Notre Dame. Wilson handles it, cuts his way in Euro, one-handed, going under Lucas Katula for the layup. 16-point lead now. Sammy Curry handles it up top. It comes from Katula. Curry moving down, throws up the layup, no good. Handled by McCowiak. Now hands that one over to Flynn. Flynn working his way in. Over to Wozniak. Now Wilson putting up the three. Rim taken by the rebound is Flynn, who then puts that one in. 15 points today for the junior. Corey has that pass picked off by Thalman. Thalman working his way in, foul. So Curry headed out. Subbing in is Fernandez. Or not. We'll see. Right in front of us. Does not look like he's subbing out as free throws coming for Linus Thalman IV. First free throw is up and nothing net despite the best efforts of the Notre Dame student section. So Stoke comes out for Fernandez. Corey stays in. 30-49 is the lead now. Second free throw coming from Thalman. That free throw is good as well. It's now lead out to 20 points for the Highlanders as they're pressing the Irish. Wozniak pressing Corey. Corey gets it across half court, looking for some options here as he drives his way in. Travel called, turning that over was Corey. He dropped it, kicked it, and then picked it back up. So travel called on him there as there's the throw-in from Zakis. He's got a technical already as Thalman makes his way in, sends that one over to Stanton on the far arc. Now over to the near arc for Fazakis, driving his way in, foul. That's who the foul's on. That foul is going to be on the Irish. They're up to 4 this quarter with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. They trail by 20 as well. Wozniak throwing in, sends it underneath, but a foul on Roa, knocking over Makawiak there. I'm up a little gingerly on that right knee. He's still flexing that right knee in a little bit of discomfort. He's got some free throws coming for him here, seeing if they can add on to their 20-point lead. First free throw coming from Makawiak. Looking good. Now his second free throw. Now, other free throw is also drained. So that makes it a 22-point lead. Liparoto handling here for the Irish. Being guarded by Thalman, hands it off to Catula. Catula now onto the far arc. Looking for something, gives that one up on the front side to Liparoto. Now sits up top, dribbling, works his way in, into the paint, behind Fernandez, mishandled and turned over, as Wozniak puts the brakes on and dishes that one over to Thalman. Back over to Wozniak, into the corner. Fazakis, now back to Thalman. Travel. Now just under 2 minutes here. Irish trail by 22 in the third as Liparoto brings it out to the far side. Corey sets a pick. Now into the near arc. Step back three from Catula off the rim. Rebound taken by Wozniak, who now handles it and passes it off to Thalman. Now back to Wozniak on the far arc. Up top to Wozniak. Down into the paint for Stanton, works his way in. Up top, into the corner. Thalman weaves in, puts up the short two, and gets it. That's his 4th point of the day for the freshman. As Corey bringing it in for the Irish. They trail by 24. Double team on Liparoto, looking for some options, pickpocketed with foul. That foul on Thalman. Getting the ball are the Irish. They have been scoreless for the past 5 minutes. As Liparoto now handles it, guarded by Thalman. Over to Corey. Corey puts up the three, drain. Student section loving the long three from Sammy Corey. First points on the board for the Irish in a couple minutes. That one into the corner for Fazakis. Fazakis off the front of the rim. Rebound taken by Thalman. Step back from the line. No good. Gets his own rebound. Dishes that one out to Stanton. Stanton rims out. Katula collects the rebound for the Irish. Under 30 seconds for the Irish now. They trail by 21. Liberoto sweeping across the top into the corner for Katula. Katula working on Fazakis. Now back over to Liberoto. Into the paint for Fernandez. Works his way in. Puts up the layup under. Rebound taken by Roa. Has that one batted away. And possession retains. Possession retains with the Irish. So throwing it in is Roa. 5.8 seconds left in the third. Trailing by 21. Let's see if they can get some quick points. That one tipped away, taken by Liberoto. We saw one buzzer beater. Puts up a long three, but it's not close. And that takes us to the end of the third. Logie Villawan here from NDP Athletics Broadcasting, where you can find all of your NDP athletics. 33-54 is your score. Irish trailing Rochester Adams by 21 points. And all things considered, this isn't crazy. You know, when you, again, it's obviously a bit of an overused point, but it's really the only point I have. When you look at the common opponents, with Grosse Pointe South, with the Irish getting blown out by 30 points and Adams losing by 1, which I didn't get to see the game, but based on that stat line, I'm going to say that it could have gone either way. When you're looking at that stat line, you really got to expect, you don't expect the Irish to come in here and win this game. So the fact that they've stuck with them for so well, they were sticking with them so well for so long is really a testament to this team. While obviously nobody's coming and showing up to play and expect or want a loss, this is a good thing for the Irish, especially with how well Stowe has been playing. 10 points in the first half. He's been pretty quiet for the remainder of the game, but sort of taking over for the Irish was Shirley. Christian Shirley, the junior for the Irish, 10 points of his own. So all things considered, not horrible location for the Irish to be. Obviously not ideal, but they're pretty early on in the season. I think they can turn this around. Corey starting off the fourth quarter for the Irish. He's being pressed out by Montour, cuts his way in underneath to Stowe. Stowe takes some contact there. Misses the layup as Flynn brings it in. That one on the floor, almost taken by Fernandez. Foul on him whilst on the ground. Wozniak throwing it in for the Highlanders. And just sends that one back for Montour. No rush here for the Highlanders. As Montour spins, working on Corey. Zips that one off over to Flynn. Over to Tursky. Tursky cuts in, sidestepping with the layup. Pretty move there from Daniel Tursky with a savvy layup, as that's Corey putting up another three. That one rolls out, taken by Flynn. Over to Wozniak, spins, puts on the brakes, over to Wilson. Wilson for three, no good. Handled by Fernandez, who then dishes it over to Corey. Corey leading the breakout for the Irish. Double team on Roa. Roa dives underneath, working underneath the post, looking for the pass across to Shirley out of bounds. So possession going back. Possession going back to the Highlanders. Wilson controlling it. Sends it over up top. Montour now near side corner for Flynn with a three. Brick out. Rebound handled by Stowe. So dips that one over to Corey. Now up top back to Stowe. Near arc. And up top to Corey. Corey works his way in, fouled, nearly fell in. But a foul on Adams. Free throws coming for Sammy Corey, the senior. First free throw is up. Brick, no good. 6 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game. Irish trail by 23. Second free throw, Bricks out, handled by Montour. 0 for 2 on free throws with Corey. Playing good defense there in Montour. Continues that out to Flynn. Knocked out of bounds by the Irish. Possession stays with Adams. Wozniak going to throw it in. Into the paint, Flynn has a mismatch on Shirley, takes advantage of it. 17 points on the day for Cannon Flynn. So now Sammy Corey brings it in for the Irish. Is now Stowe in the paint, fouled. And I'm joined here by my fellow NDP student, Troy Wooden. Troy, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
You know, I'm feeling. Oh, is it on?
It's on.
I'm just gonna hold it. You know, oh, it dropped down my shirt.
Just put the bag on the table. No one. I'm the only one. I don't know.
Oh, one in my shirt.
It's probably in your shirt. First free throw.
Do I talk into this?
Yeah, mic up.
All right. You know, I used to like during this first half. Well, I'm good, Augie. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. You know, obviously a win would be nice here, but you can only do so much.
I mean, this is a good school, though. Honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, hold on. Let's be quiet real quick.
Second free throw for Stowe.
Yeah, and got like first quarter. We looked pretty good, you know. We're up what 11-4.
Yeah, 11-4 starts the game.
Yeah, biggest lead. And I think we got our defense is a little lacking. I feel like, but
our three from Wilson, no good. He gets his own rebound, puts up the floater second, and gets it. And I feel like that's a good segue because I feel like that's the main issue. They're letting perimeter shots go, but then they're not cashing in on easy rebounds they need to make.
Right.
Adams did a great job of crashing into the paint to get that as Roa drives in, spinning, sends it over to Stowe. Stowe looking for something over to Liparoto on the far arc. Steps back, over top to Roa, long three. Rattles in and out and then back in.
Yeah, going back to what you said about rebounds. Yeah, our rebounds have just been lacking. Granted, they have a lot of taller people, but we have a few big guys in there, and yeah, it's tough.
Floater doesn't
it's tough.
go for Wilson, and obviously Troy and I pretty much the same height. So really, everybody we're seeing on the basketball court today looks like a giant.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it.
We're being very serious with it here, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
as Flynn dives in, foul, misses the N1.
Yeah,
but
no.
I mean, he's what, 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'5" is insane.
And he's got 17 points already tonight. He's been really leading the charge for the Highlanders today, and now he's gonna get some more points on free throws.
Yeah,
that foul on Shirley, but I mean, or not Shirley, Roa. But I mean, all things considered, you know, looking at the comparative matchup, so we played Grosse Pointe South to start the season. They played Grosse Pointe South in the most recent game.
Yeah,
we lost to Grosse Pointe South by 30 as Flynn cashes in on that first free throw. We lost them by 30. Mm-hmm. They lost them by 1. So coming into this with that comparative matchup, obviously started the season and now very different team.
Yes.
And I think we're seeing that today with, if we're just going based on paper, you think that we get blown out. We lose to 30 and if they lose by 1, we're probably going to lose by a pretty decent margin. But for the majority of this game, we stuck with them. And that's all you can ask out of them. So
yeah, I feel like the second quarter is where we started to dwindle. The third quarter and fourth quarters have been rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Another free throw goes for Flynn. He's up to 19 points on the day. And I really think it just comes down to, I was talking to Adrian Fernandez, one of the seniors on the team, and he said, this team is really good at shooting three-pointers. If you let them get hot on three-pointers, they'll just continue to make them. And it's pretty true. It's still cutting into the paint, puts up the layup, no good, rebound up, handled.
Do you know the three-pointer count for them?
I do not have the three-pointer count, but they've made at least 10.
I know, yeah. It's half their points are contributing
Roa
to that.
works his way in, goes for the layup.
That's a foul.
By Flynn, but the foul on the play.
Oh, yeah. All right, Augie. Thanks for having me here. I'll maybe jump in a few more of these, of course, with your permission.
Absolutely. Well, pleasure having you, Troy.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Okay, we're shaking
Enjoy.
hands. Y'all can't see that.
All right, so thank you very much, Troy, for stopping in. Good friend of mine. We've had our differences in the past. I've had 2 suspensions in all of high school, one in elementary school, one in middle school. He was involved in both of them. We're not going to get into details because it's nitty gritty. 2 free throws fall for Roa, who was fouled, so now he's up to 10 points. So Stowe leads with 13. Shirley and Roa tying with 10. Lead scorer for Adams. Flynn with 19. Coming up in second place is Tursky with 9. As Taco holds that ball, has it taken away by Adri. Now hands that one right off to Roa, who now takes and gives it to Stowe, who nails the 3 for his 16th point of the game. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. Irish starting to battle back a little bit. They're only down by 19 as rejected is McCowiak, and then another rejection in the paint. Put up ahead for Roa. Roa, Euros, puts it up, the layup. The second effort from Liparoto goes in, and the Irish find themselves on a bit of a run, but wide open is McCowiak, who's then fouled by Roa. So, an up and down last 30 seconds. So good offense from the Irish, and then unfortunately do give up the foul, and cashing in on that first free throw was McCowiak. And now second one coming. And that falls in as well. So McCowiak now has 4 points on the day. Lead out to 18. Liparoto bringing it in, guarded by Thalman. As he moves to the near arc. Hands that one over to Stowe. Pass goes awry, going to be an over and back Highlander ball. So throwing that one in was Lindstrom. Now held by Montour, picked off by Roa. Roa working his way in, head of speed, coming in with a layup, and he gets it. Roa up to 12 points now. Surprisingly quiet is Lucas Catula. He hasn't seen much action tonight, but he's definitely getting thrown off as there's a foul. So 2:41 left in the game. 47-64 as Corey, Robbins, Luciano Aruma, Josh Powers, and Rocco Wisniewski come in. Max needs to make sure he tucks his shirt in, and he does. Good to know. So hard-fought effort today from the Irish against a good Rochester Adams team as the subs come in. Handled by Lindstrom, who now hands that one off to Ferris. Now up top to Duclair. Duclair mishandles it. Now regains control, guarded by Powers. That pass low into the feet of Lindstrom. And a foul on Robin. Max Robin? Max Robin, not Robbins. At the free throw line, Brady Lindstrom. That first free throw falls through. .65 points. We're on the cusp of greatness here. Second free throw from Lindstrom. Up. Falls in. Okay. They just need a free throw. Court getting pressed really hard here by Duclair. Makes a nice spin move and escapes. Looking for options. Nothing. Gives it over to Wisniewski, who now gives it off to Luciano. Over to Powers. Powers up top. Over to Corey on the far arc. Corey weaves his way in, puts the brakes on, hands it off to Robin. Max Robin steps back into the paint for Wisniewski. Wisniewski nearly loses it, has it taken away by Lindstrom. Then passes that one over to Ferris. Ferris cutting in, goes for the layup and nails it. Nolan Ferris with the layup there. 68-47. As that Robin pickpocketed, taken by Lindstrom. Lindstrom works his way in, takes a hard foul. Little handsy there was Robin. He's plays with a lot of attitude, plays with his heart on his sleeve, took a little bit of a hard foul there. At the free throw line, Brady Lindstrom. Adams head coach calling a timeout. Robin hearing it from the Adams student section, which he unfortunately was directly in front of, getting the full wrath. I have the hiccups because I've been drinking too much water.
Ticket 963610. You have a winner 963610.
All right, so we got a quick break. Again, I'll let you guys know what the schedule is going to be. So tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., boys wrestling, or really just varsity wrestling, will be live back here at the NDP main gym as the first free throw from Lindstrom falls through. Another free throw comes and falls. So 70-47. I didn't do that on purpose, as Corey handles it. Minute 25 left. Handled by Powers on the near arc. Dishes it over to Ruma. Ruma getting pressed. Steps back over to Catula. Catula subbing out Ruma. A little bit of frustration from head coach Mike Durkin, his first season coaching, first season as the head coach of basketball team as Ferris handles it. Now to minute 3 coming off rebound, taking the 3 from Biscardi off the rim and handled by Wisniewski. Corey cuts in. Drops it off for Catula. Catula sweeping, steps back. Now in the far arc, into the corner for Powers. Powers working his way around. Cutting in, puts up the long 2, no good. Ferris handles it. Now gives that one over. In the corner, Duclair puts up the 3, no good. Wisniewski gets the rebound and is fouled for his effort. So Ruma throwing it in for the Irish. 30 seconds now. They trail by 23. That's out up top. Powers now into the paint for Wisniewski. Wisniewski working his way in off the hoop. did a good job batting that off of Ferris, so the Irish retain possession off of a savvy play by Wisniewski. Ruma throwing it in. Over near arc for Corey. 10 seconds now. Corey in the paint for Wisniewski. Foul on Adams. That's going to be on Stanton. Shots coming for Wisniewski. So Rocco Wisniewski. Last time he was on the channel, he did have a career game. That first free throw is off and out. Second free throw here. That one does fall. So 1 point for Rocco Wisniewski. 7 seconds. They're just going to count. Looking like Adams is just going to count this one down, as they will take the victory today, 70-48. I'm Augie Villoan here with NDP Athletics Broadcasting. Thanks for tuning in. We will be live tomorrow at 6.